Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie. Defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey! Bobby banging this bitch. What's good, family? Man, look. Y'all see the title, man. Why be wrong when we are right about Africa and history of Egypt? It's pseudoscience that make you say the things that you say. It's misinformation that make you say the things that you say. It's racism that make you say the things that you say. The colonized mind will say and react based off of the colonized mind. Simply put, your worldview has been shaped and formulated by colonization. The funny part is, you'll routinely hear people say, "That's you." And I say, One of the first colonizing forces that enslaved Africans were faced with is the changing of their social cultural system in the form of their beliefs and heritage. So most of y'all fall under the banner of Christians, Muslims, Hebrews. And when you fight your way out of that, you find yourself in purgatory, somewhere in the damn middle, calling on the cosmic force. The cosmic this, the cosmic that. Man, that's New Age religion. Produced by the fight for white people to separate themselves from Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. So they came up with the New Age. They came up with pseudoscience. Pseudoscience. Let's see what the word is. Let's see. Yeah, they developed New Age religions, man. Y'all tripping. I know I be tripping, but I ain't tripping like that. So they came up with all kind of ideas, right? So pseudoscience is consistent with statements, beliefs, or practices that claim to be scientific or factual, but inherently incompatible with the scientific method. Pseudoscience is often characterized by contradictory, exaggerated, or unfalsifiable claims, reliance on confirmation bias rather than rigorous attempts to refute, lack of openness to evaluation by other experts, absence of systematic practices when developing hypotheses, and continued adherence long after pseudoscientific hypotheses have been experimentally discredited. It is not the same as junk science. We starting off cooking. Man, big up the Cedric Ortega, man, the pseudo killer. What's good, bro? I see you, man. Let's see what we're saying here. Man, you were supposed to go in the paint. You let Sanchez talk like that. But yeah, I gotta let him talk like that. He's a pseudoscientist. His whole thing is to promote trickery. God, let him say whatever you want to say. His whole thing is what I'm talking about now. His whole thing is to prove that from YouTube, he can destroy the experts. His whole thing is to say, hey, do you know what the equation for gravity is? He claims that if I don't know, watch this, the equation for gravity, then I must don't know gravity. But wait a minute. He claims to know the equation of gravity. How is it that you know the equation of gravity, which is based off of mathematics, and we know mathematics is proof, but yet you deny the proof? Let me make this straight. How is it that this man admits that there's a mathematical equation that proves gravity, because math is proof, but yet I'm not allowed to look it up? That's pseudoisms at the level. It's a mind trick. It's wild. Sanchez, so you agree that there's a mathematical equation of gravity? So what's the conspiracy on why they would fake a mathematical equation on gravity? Let the doorknob hit you with a good little split you. It's a new subject. This is old. I'm tired of the same information over and over again. Nothing new last 10 years. Listen, man, you got people coming in and out of the community forever. Y'all tripping. Maybe your level has been raised, right? Maybe your level has been lowered. I'm teaching. You know, like earlier in the show, I like to go over the comments, but I'm teaching. It's interesting when people think they need new information, but yet don't understand the damn information. That's very interesting to me. I mean, very interesting to me. Y'all act like new students aren't always coming into class. Y'all act like 25-year-olds know the information. You know, you either influx, you know, like it's an influx. It's an ebb and flow. People coming in, people coming out. The problem is the reason people end up promoting pseudoscience because they're always looking for the new best thing. That's part of pseudoisms. You don't even understand the last thing. You still stuck in the room. How do I know? Here, look. How do I know? How do I know? This is where the conscious community is stuck right here, y'all. But I appreciate all the comments. You know, I like to address the comments early in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's funny. Make for a good, healthy show, man. Let me see, but everybody know you. We need the Bible banger. No, you didn't, man. You ain't need me no last night on that, man. You don't need me, bro. Not yesterday, bro. No, you didn't. We needed to say, I don't know what that is. I don't know that person. I don't know, because none of the things he mentioned has absolutely anything to do with the scientific theory of the OOA 1 and 2. That's just you know how a jet plane, you locked in with the missile, it try to throw off flares. I just didn't take the fake bait. It's fake bait to start mentioning people who have claimed to go against the OOA. It's fake. Because if they had something that was serious, right, it would have added to. Watch this. First, you got to understand how scientific theories are overthrown. They're not really overthrown. I'll say it again. They're not really overthrown. They're basically incorporated into the new thing. So the new thing will explain everything that the OOA explained, 1 and 2. and add on to it something that we don't know, that we didn't understand until you did that. That's how that really works. So when you start throwing out names, this person, that person, not trying to hear that. It's called a rabbit hole. Never acquiesce to a faulty premise. What's the faulty premise? That a pseudoscientist is going to overthrow modern science from sa.neter TV. And the fact that people actually think that he can do that is wild. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to teach you the way the pseudos move. Their tactics that they bring in. Oh, here's the first tactic: ask a question. This is how the audience responds. Well, if he don't know the answer to the pseudo question, then he must not understand the information. That's not how it actually goes. It actually goes like this. First point: anybody can memorize the damn answer, but anybody can't understand the answer. I'm going to say this again. Anybody can memorize anything. You just sit there and read it over and over again, read it and memorize it. Or you can memorize the equation for gravity. Bing, 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 boom, 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 ba, 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 and then spit it. Ba, 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 ba. Hit you with the polite pseudo shit. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, he knows something. The young pseudo, the young pharaoh, Buzz Lightyear, he hit you with the Sanchez hit you with the boo the E equals U W X Y T dot boo the earth is flat. I sit there and say, well, I don't know. Let me look it up. And I go right to the experts and explain it. Bing, 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 bing. And they hit you with the they memorize everything. I'm giving you the tactics so you don't get attacked by the tactics. This is 20 years of experience of elbowing, kneeing, punching, knocking out, body slamming the pseudos. I know all their tactics, and their first tactic is they ask you 100 questions. They ask 100 questions. You will never find an expert that asks 100 questions. It's a tactic. And every question you don't know, that means that they are right by their wild pseudoscientific answers. I'm going to say this again. This is the game. I'm giving y'all a big league game right here. Here's the game. I'm going to ask you 100 questions. If you don't answer all the questions, right, then that means that the subject matter that they're trying to promote is right. So they ask all the wild questions about evolution, a bunch of wild questions about the outer African theory. And if you don't answer the questions, then what they're saying is right. So evolution does not occur because you didn't answer that damn question. The outer African theory ain't real because you didn't answer that question. But wait a minute. I'm not the damn expert. I'm not the guy that moved the field. I'm the guy that's bringing the scientific information to the community. I don't have to know that answer. I can just look it up. They put way too much emphasis of asking wild questions, and a lot of times the questions aren't even relevant. It is not relevant whether I know the equation of gravity without looking it up. It's not relevant. It doesn't change the fact that there is an equation that is proof that gravity is real. That's what's relevant. Not if I know it or not. Nigga, I ain't went to no damn schools. I got a high school graduation and 2 years of college. That's it. Why I gotta know it? You mean to tell me it's illegal? See, the pseudo make it illegal to look something up. Don't let them don't. Hey, man, we got handheld goddamn computers, y'all. I say again, we got handheld computers. Please look the stuff up. Look up if the earth is flat. Look up if there's a real scientific theory of OOA 1 and 2. Look it up. Go to any major college and universities. And come on, man. I'm giving y'all the game. So that's tactic 1. And then they try to exploit it. Here go tactic 2. Oh, you don't know that answer? And he don't know. Why is Ankh talking about such, if you don't know, you're crazy, grab you. Because I just looked it up and what you're saying is wrong. And I got enough sense to know that what you're saying is wrong. That's why I'm talking about it. Because what you're saying doesn't add up. I don't gotta have a doctorate in the field. I don't gotta have an associate degree. I don't gotta have none of that. I just gotta be able to think as a human being, as a business owner, as a person that care about my people. I have to be able to think enough to get y'all out the game with the fake foolery. Because all you did was remember a bunch of shit. You don't understand the subject. Because if they did understand the subject, they would never take the wild debates that they take. Who in the hell would take a debate on whether the outer Africa theory is correct or not? It's ridiculous. It's a scientific theory. And the very nature of a scientific theory is it incorporates the known scientific facts and it organized them and it tested it over and over and over again. The very nature of a scientific theory proves that he could never win a debate in that. Let me go to the next question. What do you add? What do you critique? What is the process of scientific? I mean, what is your contribution? Beating you up. That's my contribution, is beating you up. Well, there you go. You want me to get a little bit slick with the contribution? Let me get a little bit slick for you. I'm gonna get a little bit slightly slick. I'm feeling my ego today. I'm feeling my ego today. Here's my contribution. Here, I'm gonna show you my contribution. Big guy, big guy, big guy. Lou Sheminard. What? Yeah, here's my contribution, bro. Here you go, man. Here you go, man. Let me get this out the stage. This for you, bro. Only for you. I feel like showing off today. I feel good today. I'm feeling myself today. Yeah, feeling myself today. Here go my contribution right here, bro. This one for you. This is my damn contribution. All right? Black excellence in engineering, science, and technology manuscripts. All right? This is a journal. NESP, look it up. NESP. It's a journal. Engineering journal. Serious work. Look it up. Go ahead and debunk it. Value 1, 2023, December 4th, 2023. Proposing African-centered education in STEM for African-American STEM learners. Deanna Bailey. That's Dr. Mayat. James Holly. PhD. And Robert West. That's me. That's my contribution. Now, next up. That's my contribution to the community. But since you can't read, and since you won't read, you won't even understand. But that's me. That's my contribution. How about that now? And it's written and right. Now what? Now, since y'all won't play, let's play. See, we play the games at the highest level. I don't play the game to act like I'm better than y'all. I play the game to seek the level. You know, like water seeks the level. I seek the level. I seek to understand the level so I can bring it to people who just don't got time to even worry about the level. Yeah, I hear the call. You're a gatekeeper. I'm a gatekeeper beating y'all pseudos up. I keep that gate. I keep y'all away from people that really want to learn real accurate history. That's what the hell. I keep that gate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why I keep beating y'all up. Yeah. So that's my contribution right there. Right? And if you get too slick, I might show you other contributions. But I try not to do it because then the weight of what I do be real heavy. I like that. That was kind of slick. Anyway, you capping. Yeah, you ain't, your only contribution is being on this live. But I wanted to give you some love by putting it up there, yo. Yeah, I like that. You're a gatekeeper. I'm a gatekeeper. I keep the gate to keep y'all away from this. Look, I keep y'all away from this. This is what I keep y'all away from. Y'all didn't even know about this. Y'all had no idea about this. What is this? This is what y'all practicing when y'all leave Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. New Age is a range of spiritual and religious practices and beliefs that rapidly grew in Western society, not in African society, during the early 1970s. It's highly illicit and unsystematic structure makes a precise definition difficult. It's all over the damn place. Eclectic. That's the word, eclectic. Man, it's all over the damn place. Don't you realize, haven't you just sat down and say, damn, I'm all over the place? Sometimes it's chakras, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's the yoni, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's the stars, sometimes it's the moon. Sometimes it's the creator, sometimes it's the flip, blam, 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 boom. You're all over the damn place. Although many scholars consider it a religious movement, y'all dove out one religion, jumped to another. Its adherents typically see it as spiritual or as a unification of the mind, spirit, and rarely use the term New Age themselves. Scholars often call it the New Age movement, although others contest this term and suggest it is better seen as with milieu or zeitgeist. Y'all jump right into the frying pan of white people. White people, esotericism, eccentricness. New Age, heavily upon, man, look, bro, occult, all white people. Look, all white people. Look, theocracy, that's Madame Blavatsky. Look, this what y'all doing. Why y'all talking crazy about me, yo? This what y'all actually doing. I try not to hurt people's feelings, yo, because I want y'all to stay around long enough. But today I feel like hurting y'all feelings. How about that? I feel like getting slick. Since blame it on your guy in the chat, my guy. Theocracy is a religious movement established in the United States in the late 19th century, founded by who? A Russian. Y'all following Russian. Helen Blavatsky. And is based largely on her writings. It draws heavily from both older European philosophers. Look, man, Indian, Hinduism, Buddhism, and they mix it all together. And look at the sign. This is what y'all doing right here. Y'all this. Got your Ankh, got all that, your Star David. There is no religion higher than truth. Yeah, y'all be saying all that. That's the Bobby Hemmett Phil Valentine package, ladies and gentlemen. Delbert Blair, all that. Yeah, here she go. This is what y'all doing. Y'all doing this. Yeah, y'all gotta knock it off, yo. How about knocking it off? How about leave me alone, let me teach? Nah, since y'all want to get slick, we all get slick. Let's get slick today. Yeah, that's her on the left. That's what y'all follow. I'm trying to help y'all out. Yep. Playing with me. That's what y'all doing. Y'all playing. I don't know why y'all playing. Y'all should just keep it right. Ah, man, hold on. And if y'all ain't doing this, y'all doing this. Look, y'all need to get yourself together. Leave me alone. I'm chilling. I'm teaching. Y'all doing this. Y'all definitely doing this. That's why y'all mad at me when I start teaching Egyptian. Y'all definitely doing this. Y'all doing Cometicism. Sometimes referred to as Naturicism. From nature God. Neo-pagan religion. Yeah, again, emerged in the 1970s. What y'all doing? Right here. Yeah, y'all ain't doing the indigenous African thing that I'm teaching. Y'all doing this. Ain't none of y'all sacrificing nothing. Ain't none of y'all doing none of the rituals. Y'all running around all in the shrine. The shrine is this. This is where the shrine comes out of this. Okay? Y'all got this in y'all house. Y'all doing all this. Get out of here. Knock it off. Y'all got shrines. This is what y'all doing. Right. If you got one of these in your house, you practicing the white man religion based off of indigenous African custom and traditions and value systems that you do not understand. Did you laugh at me when I tried to tell you about it? Here you go. You got all this in your house. The great mother, the truth, the shrine. Yeah, I'm saying orthodox Hermeticism doing this. Got me hot up in here, yo. Got me hot. It's you, Luchinard. You did it. I was being nice. Kemetic orthodoxy is a modern religious movement based on the reconstruction of ancient Egyptian religion known as Kemeticism. It is founded in 1988 to mirror the Nisuit or the Pharaoh. Whatever, man. Y'all playing with me, yo. Y'all gotta leave me alone, yo. I'm chilling, yo. Remember, I don't believe none of that, yo. I'm a skeptic, yo. Yeah, y'all gotta know that, yo. Y'all gotta let me, chill and teach. Yep. Come on, man. Gatekeeper, I don't even get mad anymore. I just get even. So when y'all leave Islam, Christianity, Judaism, you jump in the New Age religion spiritual system. This is the age of Aquarius. Yeah, you be smoking weed and tripping. Yeah. Go back to it. Seriously, yo, look around you, yo. Go in your house, look at your book, and you're going to have all this in it. And then you're going to know you've been had. You've been hornswoggled, bamboozled. Y'all been hornswoggled and bamboozled. See the chakras? If you got the chakra picture produced, look, if you got a chakra, if you say the word chakra out your mouth, you've been duped. And subject to be called a pseudo, following white man's religion, custom, and practice. Chakra ain't got nothing to do with indigenous African social spiritual systems, and all to do with the what? The New Age, the bioenergy sensors. Y'all got the chakra picture produced. Look, aura, star, bioenergy sensors. Y'all think y'all got bioenergy sensors and mad at me. Y'all tripping. But I love y'all though, man. Seriously, bro. Here you go. This is the age of Aquarius. Go ahead and meditate yourself there. Put the little fire right there. Background. Yeah, that's what y'all doing. Madam Mavalsky, Russian. Yeah. Yeah. Jung. Yeah. Get your little altar together. Put your picture up there. Put your candles. And think you transmit some kind of spiritual force. Yeah, the Dendera, the New Age. That's Greek calendar. Roman number. Man, y'all tripping. Messing with me. This week, y'all right here. Y'all right here. This it. It's therapy for y'all. Reiki. Alternative therapies. Yeah, y'all doing that. Yeah, go to the festival, yo. Walk around Stonehenge or something, yo. Yeah, pay your money. ISIS. Y'all doing the ISIS thing. New Age shop named ISIS, Ancient Egyptian Goddess. Y'all doing the fake. Y'all doing that, bro. That's what y'all doing. Y'all not getting it. Y'all following this man. Y'all doing all that. Y'all doing all that. If you sitting on the floor with your legs crossed, you're a pseudo. No, I ain't gonna do you like that. I'm just making the point here that your man did that. Your man did that. Your man did that, yo. I know you paying for the debate, yo. The debate ain't started yet. I got you, yo. I'm gonna beat him up. Anyway, your man, the guy, look at you. Look. I don't know. He say so meditation is not indigenous to you. I don't know. I only got meditation from like the candle shop. You know what I mean? And I ain't even against I wouldn't care where meditation came from, right? If you can center yourself, meaning if you can relax your mind and all that, and bring a balance there, and your ego is right, then I ain't tripping, man. But don't get me with the new age religion where everybody got their legs crossed and like this and put their fingers together and man, that's white boy, yo. Why y'all beat me? Why y'all say I'm practicing the white man science, which is clearly founded in Africa? The foundations of it. I'm giving y'all the real African thing, and I get beat up because y'all practicing the white man thing. That is the most. Let me say this though. It's the most ludicrous thing ever. When I sit on these platforms, yo, they call me all kind of names. They threaten my family. They want to kill me. All that. Yo, you the white man. You bring the white man, so the white man. When I got a paper published in a scientific journal clearly demonstrating how the foundations of science and technology is in Africa and moved to Asia, I clearly show that with high level source material. The source material was so high level that it was allowed in the journal. Big up to Dr. Mayat, who's the primary researcher. And y'all talk crazy about her. I'm sitting here looking at y'all saying, man, y'all practicing the white man thing. I just showed you. If I put up a Wikipedia article, it's going to say the foundation of science is in Africa. Let me slow down. If I pull up a Wikipedia article, it's going to say that the foundation of science that you claim is the white man's is in Africa. If I pull up an anatomy book, if I grab a damn anatomy book, if I grab an anatomy book written by a white person, they're going to give credit to Africa. See, they're going to say it's the cornerstone. It's the milestone. It's the medical milestone. The first medical milestone occurs in Africa. Medical milestone. You know what a medical milestone is, yo? It's an impetus that will push medical science forward. But yet, I'm the white boy? Man, y'all got something effed up. Y'all got me effed up. Y'all tripping. And the mean things you say is wild to me when I know I can bludgeon you half to death. I just showed you that the religion you practice is clearly white. And got clearly white. And the science I'm talking about clearly is human, and its foundation starts in Africa. So who really tripping? Who really promoting misinformation? It's the pseudoscientists. It's the Sanchez's of the world. He up there trying to act like anything that I bring is based off of understanding how the African theory is saying that people like you and me was first to walk on the planet in Africa. And this man is trying to usurp that. Man, get out of here with that, man. Come on, man. Y'all, hey, man, a lot of times, yo, we allow white information to make us weirdos. I'm going to say it again. Most weirdos you know is practicing white man religion. It's something in your body, it's something in your brain to make you say, I don't want to be a Muslim, Christian, or Jew. But yet you don't have the heart to go study and recognize that it's in Africa. Or you don't have the heart to say, well, maybe all that is belief, and maybe I just want to learn from the different things and just stay out of the wild religious fray. That's me. I'm just saying, yo, I don't mind reading up on New Age religion. Man, I got a dictionary of 2,500 gods, yo. Man, I like reading up on different gods, yo. Y'all tripped out, man. I like educating myself, bro. I ain't telling y'all to stay away from that. That's how I get so prolific, right? I get prolific from what I digest, bro. You want to talk about religion? Go to anthropology books, show college level books, show. They study this stuff. They show you where they got it wrong. They show you where the mistakes are. Where the hell is my dictionary of 2,500 gods? Man, y'all, man, look, man. Come on, man. Y'all tripping. Which one you want to believe in? Encyclopedia of Gods. Over 2,500 deities of the world, yo. So which one y'all say is the one? You tell me. I decided not to choose none. I'm extreme. Let me read this because you got the show going real good, man. You got the show going. I appreciate you, though. You're the extreme of what you would despise. Man, I don't despise religion. You don't elevate. You don't. Okay. Okay, now you hating. I don't like the hating. Yeah, he's foolish. Do y'all think I despise religion? Don't you know religion is a organizer of cultural beliefs, cultural ceremonies, social cultural systems of a people trying to explain their world, not using scientific ideas. So if you want to learn about a people, you study their damn religion. It's contained in it. You look at their religion, their custom and traditions, you go sit with the people, you talk to them. So why would I dislike that? Don't make no sense to it. If you want to learn about people, you got to learn about the people. And their religion is part of what make them the people in that area. That's how you know if you belong to them or not. Read their custom and traditions. It gives you geography. Religion gives you a set place of geography and origin, the deities. That's why you can look at this book. Each god got a area that they came from. See? I don't despise that. I'm not extreme. I just learned how to learn. See? You extreme, not me. I got love in my heart, man. All right. All right, let's see. Newton Manson. Let's see what you're talking about. Let's see. I got you. I got the next question. Let me see what this is. I got you. Capitalism is real white man's religion. That got us all talking. Let me see. Looking, thinking, behave, make it read weirdos. No solution. But I offer no solution, just all right, compliance. All right, I don't know who you're talking to on that. I wrote my solution down and published it. So you ain't talking about me. I like this one here. Ask you ever been to Africa to see their indigenous people? No, I have not been to Africa, but I've been around and traveled America and seen our people, African Americans. I seen the original grave site. I seen architecture. Yeah, have not been to Africa, but I'm going. But I'm not going to Western Central Africa. I'm gonna put together a trip to go to South Africa. That's where I'm going first when I go to Africa. I'm going to South Africa, Pinnacle Point, Africa, where the origins of humanity is. That's where I'm going. But I read enough texts, I go to enough universities, right? I read enough indigenous wisdom to get a basic understanding of it. But no, I have not done a professional anthropological study sitting with indigenous people. But Dr. Miyad has. But Brother Chill has. But who else? Chill, Dr. Miyad, Ben, that's Black Panther. Most people around me have. There you go. I'm focused in America. But I love African people though. But I really love African Americans. I really care about the Black Americans. Thus, you get Black African power. Yeah. There you go. There you go, bro. Yeah, good question though, man. I like that. I like that question. Good question. I'm always be honest. You might be one of the people who say, I gotta go live with the indigenous people. You might be. How many gods are voodoo? How many gods? Let me read this super chat first. That's that money. It's open up the chat, Let's chat about the topic because Euros are taking indigenous culture and rebranding. Yeah. Yeah, they did it with the new age. All right, I'm gonna open the chat in 2 minutes. Damn. This was some good questions today, man. All of them, even the ones that I might have felt like was negative, I still read it. And you don't gotta agree with me. All right. Make sure y'all hit the daggone Cash App too. Y'all gonna have to show some love in here, bro. All right, remember, I want to at least get 5 Cash Apps. All right, that's my mission. Somebody said, actually, capitalism. Well, last time I checked, yo, when it's time to pay the bills, the time to pay the internet, the time to do anything or buy a book or something, it's that. It says, so you are talking about over there and haven't observed any actual thing over there, but you said you talk to people to learn them. Is it what? Come on, man. Stop it, yo. So you don't think you got plenty of people that come from Africa? A lot of my lessons come from people that lived in Africa, bro. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? This is the we live in a global network now. Person can be in Africa, right, and be in an indigenous tribe and show you and you got your iPhone and they got it on. You know, when you call a person with the visual, you can see it and you can see it. You can see him. I've done that. We talk like what are we talking about, bro? Like I don't know. So yeah, I think it's healthy to go though, right? I don't knock it, right? I know I sent 30 children to Africa. Don't forget that. Y'all might not know about that. Yeah, absolutely. Raise money to send 30 children to Africa. Done that. All right. Done that. All right. My interest is in America. I love African Americans. I love y'all. Right? I love the transformation from religion to new age to science and the back and forth and our expression of how we are. I love being around my children that fight, right? My kids, they fight, they walk, they march, they do all that. I didn't have to tell them to do it. They locked in. They letting people, man. He says, are you talking about truth or are you talking breaking down the debate? Because debating and truth are two different things. No, it's not two different things for me. Because I'm gonna bring truth. I'm gonna always bring the truth. I'm gonna bring scientific literacy to any conversation I have. What's up, the Kyle? That's my man right here, yo. My man, no, ain't no lie over here. My man, no, my man was there when my children was like, "We going." I say, Kyle, my damn children dragged me out this damn house in the middle of the pandemic to go ahead and do some walking and marching. Kyle say, "I got you, got you." He had me a nice little safe space in his parking garage. Perfect. Nobody there, just the family, and we could see the whole march. My kids was like, "What? We want to be right there." Kyle would say, "I know. I just wanted to put your father here. Let's go right there." And everybody left me. I was like, "What?" I said, "I'm going to." Kyle out there in the middle of the crowd with the camera. I got the video. We like this in the middle of the crowd marching. Kyle, you funny for that, man. I think you and my kids set me up. Y'all set me up. As soon as you heard him say crowd, you like, yeah. That man set me up, yo. First, y'all get me out there. I'm in a nice seat. I can see everybody. I'm in the bird's eye view. I can see the whole parade, the whole march and everything. I'm like, yeah, yeah. My kids was like, what foolishness is this? Kyle was like, We going down there. Kyle say, let's go. I was like, what? You tricked me, Kyle. Yeah, I went. I ain't had no choice. I gotta go where my kids go, man. Yeah, man, they little. They was 11, 12, 15. Man, I ain't had no choice, man. Craig, you said you gave me the retired seats. He said, I put you in the retired seats. Yeah, yo. Ah, man. Yeah, that was a good experience though, man, to see my kids, despite what I thought, have their own ideas on what it's like to be black in America and fight for it without needing a dad. Make their own decisions on how far and how deep they want to go in that process. Let that be a lesson, man. Always allow your kids to lead the way in their ideas. Don't make them an atheist. Don't make them a nothing. Don't make them nothing. Have your actions show. It's your actions is louder than you. Anything you say out your mouth, it's your actions. That's how I raise my kids, through my actions. I don't gotta tell them, don't believe, don't be black, put your fists up. I don't gotta do nothing. I just gotta teach. I just gotta have a better example. And they're gonna be what they're gonna be, man. Your kids like, we want in. I know, I ain't, man. All right, let me drop the link, man. I ain't even get to the lesson, yo. Y'all gonna make me miss the whole lesson, man. Hey, Joe, that's some love right there. One down, 4 more to go. Big up to Joe, man, for the cash app, man. We got 1 down, 5 to go. So, and I'm gonna open the panel because my man gave that donation right there. All right. And so, yeah, man, I gotta, and he paid to play. So I'm gonna open it up for him. But I wanted to start right here. Y'all see the conversation, right? And it's basically that we fighting over African history. And sometimes you can fight so hard and you fight like you already conquered it, and you keep fighting past the thing you conquered, where you have already subdued. We've already subdued modern scholarship to the point where, we made them play by the rules. We made them play by the rules they set. We made them use science and science literacy to articulate what culture, what civilizations was in Africa. And we made them look at it from an indigenous standpoint of view, to the point where anthropologists, they're not even saying that Isis is Mary and Heru is Jesus. They think that to be ridiculous now. They said these people had their own indigenous agency in what ideas they was trying to put. The Christianity is not the standard, or it's not what other people was trying to do. Okay? And so they give up, the modern scholarship explains exactly what ancient Egypt is. Okay? And I'm saying I study enough to recognize that you have a DNA component, right? You have a historical component, anthropological, right? And a biological, anthropological, and you put them all together to get the answers. And they show you what the consensus is now. Right? And they show you what the consensus is. So let me start right here. All right. Real fast. Most people don't even know what this is right here. All right. I hear people saying, why y'all keep talking about this? What you mean? The people that you calling white keep talking about this. They ain't stopped talking about this. They still talking about this. They go through the information for the last 54 years. So for the last 54 years, the general history of Africa, pioneering corpus, covering the history of the entire African continent. 1964, as African nations gained independence, UNESCO brought together the leading African and international experts to launch a general history of Africa. Visionary. They was visionaries in it, man. They was bringing a continental perspective. All right? It was a serious initiative. The collection. The complete collection consists of fully illustrated volumes. This is all the values. You can get it for free. Look, y'all can download these, the new ones right here. All right. 9 through 11. Y'all can download it and read it and see what they say about who the Egyptians are. And if you don't want to do that, you can just go read the Wikipedia articles on it. Yeah, it says the monumental work represented 60 years of collaboration amongst more than 550 historians and specialists overseen by the international scientific community, composed of 2/3 of African members, yo. So it's not a white boy thing. And it's important for y'all to understand that. Now, why is that important to and germane to the conversation? Why? Why? Who the hell is UNESCO? UNESCO, here you go. All right. specialized. It's a specialized agency, the United Nations, with the aim of promoting peace, world peace and security, through international cooperation in education, arts, and sciences and culture. So hold on. The history. Hold on. I think I want to I want to do this. Let me do this. One sec. I want to be able to do this right here. I want to talk about. I just want to do. Hold on. That's how I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get y'all with this. Look. Statement. Look. Statement on race. That's how we get here. Yeah. I want y'all to see their statements on race, right? Real quick. I'm gonna open up the lines, man. You ready to hit that book? See? All right. This is why this is important. Why you got people in chat saying, man, why you still talking about this nigga? Because I'm trying to transmit on how long it takes. They already had a comprehensive scientific theory in 1859 by Charles Darwin. He produced a scientific theory. So why they still got to make a statement on race in 1950? This during the time of John Henry Clark, Hubert Harrison and them. Hubert Harrison predate that. Why are they still fighting over that? Here you go. The statement on race is the first statement on race issued by, so for the first time in the history of humanity, that somebody made a daggone statement, a world statement. Look, it was issued on July 1950 following World War II. That's the Great War, and Nazi racism. Damn. To clarify what was scientifically known about race, and as a moral commendation of race. Condemnation. Yeah, condemnation, like condemning of race. So y'all didn't know World War II in part was like a great race war, yo? Thought y'all knew that, yo? They fought a whole war in part based off of Nazi racism because they felt like they was the great master race, remember? And they hosted the damn Olympics. How wild is it? Why is they being able to host the damn Olympics? Political power. So they made a statement on race, y'all, to condemn Nazi. So, hold on. Statement. Then watch this. The statement was actually criticized on several grounds. Need a citation. In particular, by naturalist scientists, and criticisms were submitted. These are people that were like, hold on, man, that ain't enough. We don't agree with that. Y'all got to do better than that. All right. So they put out reports and all that, and they come back and they end up making 5 statements. 1950, they had a statement. Let's see, what else? You got 1950. That's the first one. All right. Statement on natural race, 1951. 1952. Look, statement on race, 1967. Now, this one right here, a declaration of race and racial prejudice in 1978. That's way after the Cairo Symposium in 1973. So they still wasn't clear, man. 1995, they still ain't as clear. But I said in 1859, yo, they had a comprehensive theory of what race was, a scientific theory on evolution, bro, knowing that it was just one race. Because it takes time to get you to the general public, and it takes time to move through science. And this is what I'm trying to get y'all to say. So it's important to stay on top of the issue because it takes time. Right now, I'm fighting against this. This is what I'm fighting against right now, y'all. Right now. And right now, listen, right now, hold on. Let me put this. Let me show you this. I'm fighting right now against this. You got people in the chat just talking crazy. Hold on. Let me get to the Mediterranean. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, right here. Organizing. Damn, that ain't it? Come on now. Look, the Mediterranean, make sure y'all can see it. Make sure y'all can see it. Said the Mediterranean race, also Mediterranean race, is an obsolete racial classification. Look. Look. I'm fighting this. Bottom left-hand corner, yo. That's what I'm fighting. I'm fighting the bottom left-hand corner because y'all think that that's the real Africans. Y'all think that that's African. Y'all think that that's literally African. It's just a damn racist picture, man. Y'all actually think that if you don't got the big lips and the peppercorn hair and the short stature, that you're not African. That's a lie, bro. That's racism, white supremacy at top-notch degrees. So every time you see somebody that don't look like this and is way lighter than this, and you say that's not African, you have been controlled. Your worldview has been destroyed by colonialism. That's not a real picture. They got the white boy in the middle hair cone looking like Prince Charming in the damn three-piece suit in 1911. You had black people that wore suits in 1911? Jesus Christ. Everybody dressed up. The Indians got them dressed up. Bunch of crap, bro. Why they ain't put indigenous Europeans clothes on? Yeah, they playing with your brain here, and that's where y'all at. That's why y'all fight me. That's why y'all fight crazy with the Egyptians. Like you fight. Because you think the Egyptians supposed to look like that because that's the only African. Yeah, that's racism. Y'all tripping. This is my point. Yeah, I know you're going to have people talking crazy. Oh, yeah, talking about. Yeah, I know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. It's an obsolete classification of humans based on the now disproven theory of biological race. And I told you all the statements they was making, according to the writers of the late 19th and 20th century, it was a sub-race of Caucasian race. It was a sub-race of the Caucasians. My, oh my. So every time you call the Egyptians Mediterranean, you actually call them a Caucasian race. Yeah, look. Mediterranean, Black Sea, especially Southern Europe, Eastern Europe, and North Africa, and most of Western Asia. Look, and they get deep. They say the Middle East and Near East, Western, Central Asia, parts of South Asia, and parts of the Horn of Africa. Remember, they called the Ethiopians was Caucasians. Anybody that was bringing some type of intelligence, yeah, I'm saying they called them Caucasians. Anybody that did not look like that racial picture when they went to Africa, they called them Negroes and everybody else was just the Caucasian. This is what I'm fighting against right now in 2026, man. And y'all ask me why I'm still saying it. Why I'm teaching. Because that's why. Because we got this. We got people saying this. First of all, let me hit y'all with this.
People came in from the Near East, all down into the marshes of the Delta, into the Nile River, and all the way down. Okay, so, but this was a northern Egyptian culture because that's where they began. So that's why having the title is they came from the north. And when I say they came from the north, I'm talking about pre-dynastic times, before a nation state formed. Okay, they had to populate the area enough to form a nation state. So these are periods from 5,000 to 4,200 where they're populating the Nile.
It is possible that the population in the south of Egypt, that's where the culture starts. And I keep saying it, and I brought everything to prove that, right?
No,
We're
when
more
they
closely
say
related.
about two different things.
Wait, hold on, Corey. Let's let him read this out loud because I have a great reading.
He's telling the bold-faced lie right there, flat out. Ain't no way around it. That's a lie.
Go ahead. And
it is possible that the population in the south of Egypt were more closely related to those of Nubia and had a higher sub-Saharan genetic component, in which case the argument for an influx of sub-Saharan African ancestry after the Roman period might only be partly valid. You know what I'm saying? They said that all the shit they just said might not only be partly valid. Schuleman study, Nature Communications, 2017. Yeah, so I got people cut me off. I'm reading from the damn Schuleman study. The shit that everybody claim is saying something, man. I read the whole thing, and they tell you don't even make apathetic statements about our research because we only did a couple mummies, and that's not indicative of the whole population in the South. But everybody played this crazy game, so this is what I'm fighting against. I'm fighting against this Negro pen right here.
To the Delta, in the Delta, or along the Mediterranean coast. It's more fertile up there. Okay? So they're definitely Mediterranean people. And they definitely did more trade and business with the Mediterranean world, as we will get to. You know, and just in hindsight and thinking, ancient Egypt business is at least 85% with the Mediterranean world and 15% in ancient times with Nubia. Because things they wanted from Nubians mostly was luxury goods. Now, when I say luxury goods, you got to understand that's like things that you can do without.
Yeah, all right. So you can't, man, get out of here, whatever. That's what I'm fighting against in 2026. Call K, come right on Black News 102 and call the Nubians black and called Tutankhamun Caucasian. And y'all wonder why. Why is somebody still saying that? Why is somebody still getting rhythm based off that? Why is people who are officially racist towards their own people allowed to get that off? On the other side, the black outs, they overwhoop it. Now mainstream scholarship says this. This is what mainstream scholarship says about. Hold on. Wait, let me see. Shoot. I don't want that. Get that out of here. All right, and then I'm gonna open the lines up. That's what I want to do. I'm cooking them. All right, and I'm gonna drop this daggone link. Hold on, y'all. Gotta get this class in real quick. All right, let me get the class in. Now, so I'm showing you how today people are still saying the same thing. If you watch my show in 2020, I introduced something from the Brooklyn Museum, which is a major museum. So for the first time in the history of the world now, I'm not making this up, yo. In 2020, yo, they finally classified the Egyptians as African. Let me show you my proof here. All right. And then I'm gonna open up the lines, man. Hit the daggone Cash App. Stop playing. Ain't nobody teaching like this. They're all afraid to. So we come right here. All right, let me do this. Let me click this. Let me present. Here you go. So if in 1973, there was a Cairo symposium, and that symposium, they reached certain conclusions based off of the lively debate between the scientific community to which Gigantic Diaz was a part of. And then y'all slander that man's name. And the community today slander his name by giving him credit for things he got wrong. This man had a hypothesis. And if you know anything about science, right, you can have an hypothesis and have things wrong within a hypothesis that don't get moved forward. the only things that get moved forward are the things that you get right. And the things you get right could change the whole field, but yet the whole hypothesis itself is not accepted. Ain't my fault you don't understand science. So there was parts of his hypothesis that was absolutely wrong, and the damn conscious community promotes the things that are absolutely wrong, which is absolutely disrespectful to the great ancestor Shekinah Diop. At what point in time would the great ancestor Shekinah Diop, who was a physicist and an anthropology, when his scientific work that was wrong pushed forward? He would not. He would want the things that was completely right. Let me change that word. He would want the things that he got right that has been collaborated by his other colleagues. He want that pushed forward, not the things that was discredited by his damn colleagues. But y'all keep promoting the things that he got wrong and put me in a damn crosshair that have to beat y'all half to death. So here it go. Things move slow in science. I told you in 1859, Charles Darwin had a comprehensive theory of evolution. So then why would he fight a whole war, World War II with Hitler on a wild race system? Why would Hitler and the boys, why would they produce a map saying that the Egyptians was some daggone great white race? We already got the comprehensive scientific theory. I'll tell you why. Because nobody was listening to the scientific theory because it moves slow in science. Even scientists wasn't even agreeing with it. So much so that they had a whole conference based off of what is the race of the damn Egyptians. But wait a minute, why you gotta have a conference by UNESCO with the race of the Egyptians when y'all make the first statement in 1950 that ain't no damn race? That's why Diop saying it was the black race got discredited because they wasn't dealing with race. Let me say it slow. Why would UNESCO have a conference fighting over the race of the Egyptians when they make the first statement in the history of the world that there is no race? It's something we missing. Because Diop said something that was even more slicker. He said they was indigenous Africans, regardless. He said, I got something called interdisciplinary studies. So he's one of the first people, one of, not the only, right, who actually understood the importance of interdisciplinary studies. Archaeology, biology, temples, text, language. They give him credit for that, y'all. He used that in his hypothesis as part of his hypothesis. So when museums started naming the Egyptians as African, a scholarly timeline with sources prepared for academic discussion, because this we have academic discussions around here with a little Baltimore style to it. Why this matters? Egypt is geographically in Africa. Museums historically isolated Egypt. Modern labels reflect post-colonial scholarship. That's what Diop was fighting against. Pre-2000 museum classification. Egyptian collections treated separately. Non-African labeling. That's the source right there, the Met Museum. Fine Arts. 1968. African Hall includes American Museum of Natural History, Hall of African Peoples. So they include, for the first time in 1968, an American Museum of Natural History, right, Africa, in the Hall of Egypt. And this hall includes Egypt. That's your source. 1996. Talking about the few museums. Egypt in African exhibit. Indianapolis Museum of Art. Explicit. African framing. That's in 1996. Well, damn, wasn't the Cairo Symposium in 1973? Damn, wasn't the first statement on race in 1950? Didn't Charles Darwin make a scientific theory in 1859? Is not Egypt in Africa? 2006, the British Museum renamed Department of Ancient Egypt, look, and Sudan. If you go there right now, yo, you got the African and West African stuff and on one floor and Egyptian stuff on another floor. But finally, for the first time in 2006, they called the Department of ancient Egypt and Sudan. I can bring document out, went there, took the pictures. I can show you they still separated though. Oh, in 1920, and my fault, in 2020, African Civilization Labels, the Brooklyn Museum. I told sa.neter, go to the Brooklyn Museum and get that. He ain't went yet. It was on my channel in 2020 because Reggie went to the Brooklyn Museum and he went and got the information, took the pictures, and I presented it on my daggone show. Subscribe to the community of skeptics. We got 4,250 subscribers. We're trying to get 5,000. Go over there and subscribe. Community of skeptics. But in 2020, I had Chief X on my show, and he was crying like a baby, and I was beating him half to death with this, and y'all all denied this right here. What was this? It was the Brooklyn Museum, Egyptian and Nubian as African civilization. This is the first time that a major museum actually called the Egyptians Africans, and it's right here in 2020. Why the hell did it take so damn long? Because science and academics move slow. The public moves slow. It is what it is. So don't keep telling me why I keep teaching, because I'm teaching. Timeline Sunday, 1968, 1996, 2006, and 2020. Conclusion: museums classifications evolve gradually, reflects modern scholarship, not ancient identity categories. Yeah. Y'all ain't getting it nowhere else but like this right here, man. This how we doing this, man. I'm dropping the link, man. All y'all that got heart. All y'all that got love for the skeptics, here we go. Look. Ramses was an Amorite. Shut up. Tripping. All right, I'm gonna drop the link. I'm gonna drop the link again. Give y'all time to get in here, man. We take a little break. That's the link. Appreciate you, Christopher. He said, keep up the good work. Yeah, that's how we doing it. Easy Bands, my man. I like Easy Bands, yo. He asks good, hard questions, yo. Like you, Easy Bands. Hey, this is my man right here, Joe. What's up, Joe?
Peace to your uncle. Hey, man, you ever stop teaching, man? I'm going straight upside your head.
I ain't gonna stop teaching, man.
All right.
I got you on here too. That's the pseudo killer Joe, man. And then I got what's up, man?
Hold on, let me drop something real quick.
Yeah, you can drop it. I just want to speak. We got two distinguished people in here. We got the pseudo killer, and then we got the bomb squad. All right.
Bomb squad. What up, dog?
Got him in here.
What it do, man? Straight out of B-more. Hey, check this out, Unc. You do know it's Black History Month, right?
Man, I don't gotta say it. I just teach
shout out Carter G. Woodson. You know I'm in HVAC.
I know you is.
I'm in HVAC. So let me drop some knowledge about our genius sister, Alice H. Hawker.
Hey, look, do me a favor. Say it slow, because I gotta let my dog out. Say it slow.
Okay, I got you. Alice H. Hawker. She was instrumental. Now, a lot of us got central HVAC systems in our house where it blow heat into every room, where it blow like forced air system, right? That sister designed that. You are warm today throughout your house because of an African-American sister. 1919, Alice H. Hawker. Shout out. That's my Black History Month little gem that I wanted to drop. Alice H. Hawker, 1919. Don't ever forget it. You warm because of that sister if you got a forced air system in your house. Yeah, man, we be doing it big, man. Hey, look, And I feel like that's the reason why we always want to gravitate to some other group. We want to be on Egyptians and Hebrews and Arabs, Moors and Asiatic black man and all those crazy stuff, because we don't take enough pride in our own history. At some point, we have to embrace how brilliant we are and were right here on this land. Embrace that, because then you ain't gotta try to be none of them other groups. You can just be an African American and be happy with it. Matter of fact, you can pop your collar, because we did so much right here on this land. You hear people running around saying, "Oh yeah, we built America." I mean, there's a little bit of truth to that. There's a little bit of truth to that right there. That statement carries some truth to it. And we are instrumental in a lot that has taken place here. We had so many patents that were stolen from us. So yeah, we might not know everything, right? But all the stuff that we do know, all the little things that we contributed to make America move as a country, we need to learn them things. So Alice H. Parker is part of that. You warming your house, you got a furnace down in your basement blowing air through or up in your attic, blowing air through your house. It's because of our dear sister. 1919, everybody in HVAC, make sure you remember that. All right, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. That's all I had to say. Go ahead, young brother. Go ahead, Bomb Squad brother. Go ahead, spit, man. I'm done. I'm gone on mute.
You know, I was waiting till the brother actually.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Dave. What you got? What you got for us? What you think about the little lesson?
Now, the lesson dope, bro. You know what I mean, but you know, I feel like you be doing a disservice when it comes down to the African, the preserving of the African culture itself here. I feel like it comes off as a slight attack. You know, I know you cleaned it up here. You did a great job of cleaning it up here and clarifying your message and your understanding here. But a lot of your past videos, things of that nature, it comes off more of as an attack on the upkeeping of the modern African culture. Even hinting, you even did it today though. You even hinted today, like you hinted to the African, what was it, the Kemetic school, who got the like that white pharaoh lady, like that's one aspect of it. But what about things like the Asar-set community? You got Baba Haru started the whole Shrine of Ma'at thing. And a lot of times what's going on is they are drawing on ancient culture, preserving it. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. My problem with brothers is when they do things like, oh, I'm an Egyptian, I'm an Israelite, I'm, you know, like, now that's just pseudo, that's crazy. But preserving these spiritualities, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Now, I want to ask you this about Blavatsky and the Theosophical School itself. When we dealing with things like the chakra, which is coming from Sanskrit, not her, she didn't create it. When we dealing with her ISIS papers, even the usage of the word ISIS, who was a misnomer of Basset, do you actually believe that they're creating schools of thought, or just taking an original doctrine, an original text itself, and then just rebranding it and then misappropriating meaning?
You know what, bro? I swear I'm glad you're here, man. Because I see the potential there, yo. And y'all brothers, man, I do, yo. And I think based off my experience of the last 20 years, yo, I think I can handle y'all a little bit different. Sometimes I get frustrated, yo.
Yeah.
And because I feel like, how old are you?
I'm 27.
All right. I'm saying y'all far ahead of me, and y'all advancement is trying to at least understand science in culture, right? At 27, I was getting money. Y'all been in the streets. I ran a dope shop on Shirley Avenue. $15,000 a day, yo. Was mine, yo. Mine's belong to me, right? That's 15,000 a day. Heroin addicts lined around the block, on schedule, on time, bop, bop, bop. Nobody lost their life, nobody died. The stick-up man, they come, 5 of them, they come to my shop first thing in the morning. I grew up with these dudes. Get them out the gate. They sit around, talk trash all day long. That's the protection right there. Because all the stick-up men is chilling with me.
Right.
My mind was there, bro. I wasn't preserving nothing. I was helping people, get their daily medicine to go to work. Y'all here to me. So I'm saying, man, there's got to be a connection where we can work this out, bro. I gotta be arrogant, bro.
No problem.
Because I know it. I can actually chart where you at. I mean, I know where you at. I know how you thinking and where you at, right? I'm saying if you don't got the heart to get up here and tell these old men that they don't know what they talking about, yo, then you don't got it. I got the heart to say, in DC, there is no scientific evidence that the damn forest dwellers, the bush pygmy, Mabuti, built no damn pyramids. I can say it to his face because I got the heart of a lion, bro. And my mane is dark and I'm there, bro. You get my point? My mane is like
mad
this.
at you.
Raw.
I ain't mad at that.
No, look, raw. Now just take me out. Now you got your mane is growing. But how you gonna get to me and you can't fix that? Y'all, that's not my faulty premise.
My job ain't to fix you or him, brother.
It is. No, your job is to have intelligent conversation with us. Hold on. I hate to tell you, bro. We're intellectual gunfight. If you didn't know, yo, we at the OK Corral, yo, and I've been standing there with guns and smoking for years. Seriously, your job is to have intelligent conversations. No cussing, because that means you lost. I mean, that's the rules. Once you cuss me out, you ran out of intellectual bullets and you lost. It's a rite of passage, yo. It's not my job to give you nothing. You got to come take it. But the only way you can take it is unlock the room. And I'm going to say, oh, shit, you up in the room. I'm going to say, damn. I'm going to say, what's up, bro? And guess what we're going to do? We're going to continue to build strong communities. Right? So you think I'm bashing African culture? That man was not talking about African culture. He was talking about the New Age culture. Assad said they pseudos, bro. They wasn't practicing. They wasn't telling you about indigenous African culture. They was telling you about the white boy, quote unquote, New Age culture that was talking about Egypt. None of them was doing it, bro.
But I'm not referring to info. See, hold on, wait, because I'm not referring to info.
I thought
matter to actually be all the way 100 with you. I don't really subscribe. I got respect to the brother and stuff like that, but when it comes to things, if I can't really look up what you're saying and can't source up what you're saying, it's not my job to disrespect you. And it's a time and place for everything as well. That's what I do got to understand. I have an overstanding of that. It's a time and place for everything. sa.neter wasn't gonna let me go, even if I wanted to. sa.neter wasn't gonna let me go in on that brother right there on that.
You weren't supposed to go in. You're supposed to sneak it in.
There you go.
You're supposed to sneak it in like I snuck it in.
So I don't really subscribe. Haven't never really tapped into the brother. I shaded by Haru, tapped in a lot of what he said. Far as but they're more literalists. Yeah. I was having a conversation with a brother earlier. They're more literalists. Then when you go into the Asar Set community, you're dealing with more mysticism. You know what I'm saying? And we had a conversation on that.
It's a man of Borowski.
See, and now that's where I really want you to address.
Yo, I'm tight with it, yo. Listen, bro. I'm saying is that I see y'all brothers, God Energy, damn, my other man from Baltimore, yo, he gonna cuss me out, yo. Humble, yeah. Man, I see y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see y'all. I'm saying, yo, I know where you at. I'm saying y'all making y'all progression, yo, but it's a layer right there, yo. It's a layer of black algae that you don't need to have because it's going to stop you from comprehending the next level. Y'all doing this. Look, I'm going to show you I'm going to show you this, bro, because we've been needing to have this conversation. I got Gullah on here. Gullah tell you, when I met Gullah, yo, he was like 21 talking shit. Just like you. The first time I met you, I said you was talking shit. We
Nah.
damn near we did, yo. We damn near cuss each other out, yo. It's the truth. But look, it's the same with Gullah. Gullah tell you, man. I've been knowing Gullah since he was 21. I've been knowing Ngozi since he's been 22. And guess what, yo? They looked after the old man, yo. They was like, all right, we see where you at. You all the way there, but you got to refine this. And we could we could correspond back and forth with each other, right? They could raise my game. I could raise their game because it was a mutual respect, yo. You feel me? It was a mutual respect on understanding where we at in terms of science, man. And I done had a relationship with them for 15 to 20 years based off of that. So I'm never little boy and young dudes because young guys is the foundation of how we grow. Bro, if you ain't got no young people, yo, you don't got nobody, yo. I go to these Egyptian lectures now, yo, and guess what? Guess what? All old people. Y'all ain't there. You got the pseudos on the sideline selling stuff, promoting new age science. Ain't nobody tap into the scientific literacy thing of African culture besides me lately, besides the pseudo killers and everybody else, the Team Osiris and all. Nobody was actually tapping in like that. They wasn't, dog. They think I'm doing the white boy thing. They think I'm doing a disservice. They actually heard it like you heard it. You actually said that you feel like I'm doing African culture a disservice. I'm saying how? I'm looking through the lenses of science and anthropology. That's all.
Based on the conversation I had with you, our initial conversation, when there was a separation between the Kemetic spirituality and Kemetic science itself, when they run together, when they go and they sit hand to hand, it matters the level that we speaking on, because we can go into the divination of the body parts, going through the complete anatomy. We can go into the supreme understanding of just the first gods that they have, dealing with Neith, Geb, Shu, Ra. Like, that's all science, bro. That's just all observing nature, bro. That's all observance of nature. We don't really step into the mysticism part and all of these human characteristics until we get to talking about Asar, Aset, and it gets a little bit off into that. Yeah, I mean, but even then, there is a level. A brother said something in the comments that was very, very important. Science came later and gave explanations for what spirituality and religion was already inferring.
All right. You know we can check that statement.
We can.
And you know.
Because, okay, for example, let me give an example then. So there was a thought of Immaculate Conception. Not just in Christianity, it exists also in Kemet when we're dealing with the birth of Hatshepsut. The thought of Immaculate Conception. Years later, after we do our findings or whatever you want to call them, call it white man science, black man science, science is science to me, we find out that there's a such thing as parthenogenesis. It occurs in certain species, right? So they now know that a birth, and I'm not saying in humans, because we haven't necessarily recorded it in humans heavy like that. But if there is a birth and or impregnation without a male insemination, that it's not immaculate birth, there is a such thing as a parthenogenic species and the parthenogenic occurrence. So there we have it. That's one instance only, and we can keep on going down the line. We can talk about cloning, dealing with the plant life itself, dealing with the bud of Buddha, all these type of things. Even the tree of life that you observe in Mesopotamia, when they tell you that they were playing with the genetics, cloning them, aka cloning. But cloning is a process that originally takes place with plants. We understand that. That's why when they said that they was taking place in this particular practice, we observed them snipping at the buds themselves. This is cloning. So it's just these type of things. Now, I'm not saying that, or even like saying you seen a spirit. Here we are today. We have scientific words like what we call it, an aberration. You know what I mean? So we come later with the further understanding of what they was talking about as far as the spiritual realm.
Hey, I think it's important that we convey accurate information, right? And that is based on what our tools can validate by testing, validating, give it to somebody else, somewhere else. They do the same thing. They say, "Oh yeah, this is legit." You know, and so when we talk about things like spirits and ghosts and those kind of things, man, those things, they're a figment of our imagination. Even if they really are there, right? I don't even fight people on whether or not they're there. What I do say is that we have no proof of that. So it's just your imagination until we can validate it. If we don't take a stance like that, then we're going to find ourselves conveying inaccurate information. I think that's important for us to move forward.
So
So that's all I wanted to say.
I think that as long as
Oh, you skipped line, yo. Hold on. Orlando, Gullah, and then Easy Band. Where you at, Gullah? About to skip your turn. You know Easy Band be rocking.
I'm just gonna add to the conversation. My bad.
You can add to it, but you got to add to it in the line.
Word, you right.
Yeah, you know, Gullah, going once.
Yeah, I'm at work, bro. I would say shout out to the panel. Was good, y'all. But I'm at work in and out, so I'll get off at 4. So I'll be back in a minute. Y'all can rock out those. Y'all still gonna be on it.
All right, go ahead.
Peace, bro.
All right, go ahead, Easy Band. Add to the conversation. But hold on, before you add to the conversation, well, see, I want to let you know that all that you was talking about, that parthenogenesis, yo, that's not. You have misconstrued a scientific idea on what parthenogenesis is. I would ask you just to take a look at the effect of parthenogenesis on mammals. All right.
On mammals?
Yes. Look into it.
Parthenogenic mammals you're referring to? That's a very rare case.
All right, then. So then
extremely rare.
Right. So then 2 humans couldn't have did that.
No, I never said that, bro. Hold on, wait. Not now. Don't Nepal me.
Come on, that's family. You know, Nepal. What were you saying? I thought.
now,
hold on. Did I get that wrong? I thought you were saying.
No, I didn't say that. I said we don't really observe that in mammals. I said that. I said that. I said we don't really observe that in mammals.
Why you bring it up? We're talking about Horu and all that.
It's more amphibian, reptilian, things of that nature. Even fish can take part in this.
Yeah.
But
why was it an Egyptian conversation though with Heru and all that? Why did you say it?
Why was it?
Because why did you say it? Because you threw me with
thought of for the thought of a crocodile to be pregnant without any male crocodile, right? You would, if you was an ancient, you ain't had the knowledge. Immaculate conception, the gods did it. Here we are years later, further knowledge. Here we are, 1,000 years later. Now we done did the research. Oh, reptilians, amphibians alike have the ability to partake in parthenogenesis in extreme conditions.
Yeah,
that's what I brought up. So when we got this immaculate conception theme, there is an original science that's there. Are they misappropriating it to the mammal? Absolutely. But the thought is a scientific thought in itself of being pregnant without any male. That's parthenogenesis. We come later and create that time.
Yeah, but that's not an African indigenous idea. That's what I wanted to tell you. That's why I study indigenous African cultures and have people around me that actually study, to speak the language and study the traditions like the Masi.
What's not? What's not?
An immaculate conception. That's a Christian idea. That's a holy Christian idea.
No, it's not, bro. Have you ever got into the theology of Sanchez?
No matter where it came from, it ain't legit. No matter where it came from.
Let me just lay it on you real quick, and you can fact check me and prove and like what York used to say. Don't believe me, look it up. So the theology of Sanchez. Let's just go into it. The story is that she had an immaculate annunciation. The god, I believe it was Amos, told her that she will be impregnated with Hatshepsut. So this is the story. This is a message to her mother. So this is the immaculate annunciation. Then the mother is touched on the nose with an Ankh and impregnated through the touch of the Ankh, not through sex, like what they do with the Asar and Aset thing, where she sits on basically like a pseudo phallus. What we're talking about is a thought of no sex at all. Just the touch of the Ankh to the nose impregnated the woman. This is in the theology of Hatshepsut, way before there was a thought of Christianity, of Jesus Christ, Immaculate Conception coming from the Western world at all.
Okay, but yeah, I'm saying that's a new age twist on it. If you really study indigenous thing, they never wasn't thinking that the penis going into the vagina wasn't essential. That's a
Right.
Christian theology thinking that. That's not they. My point is that for so long, we was thinking that we had to show an equivalent, right? But that equivalent that we was looking at was actually coming from white anthropologists that really didn't understand indigenous African social spiritual systems. Me and Easy Band had an argument over that, right? And I'm pretty sure he looked it up by now and realized that the field is not there no more. Like nature, that doesn't have to mean God at all, because these
It don't
people
mean God.
transmit different ideas, right? So that's okay. So they don't gotta have a flood. They don't gotta have immaculate conception to be relevant and to be part of their cultural system. It don't have to match up to Western culture and civilization.
But how
You
can
get it?
you sit here, Ankh, and tell me
But
that
hey,
that's a new age thought if that's coming out of the and that's primary, and that's a primary text coming out of Egypt itself, coming out of Kemet, ancient Kemet.
We got
How,
people to read the glyphs. They'll say different.
hey,
so how is that? So how can you tell me that that's a new age rendition if that's what the story says? The story doesn't say the word immaculate conception, of course,
Yeah,
but if you reading what's there, you can see, oh, this is the idea of the immaculate conception.
hey, all this is fine, is good. Even if it came from an African civilization, right?
But it didn't.
We're probably talking about an allegory, a story written like a lot of this stuff.
It's not literal at all. It shouldn't be
No, we're
taken.
not thinking it's literal. No, we're not thinking. I'm just trying to give the basis on why I say what I say. I'm basing it off of,
all right, I'm going back.
Go ahead, Easy Band.
Yeah, so just to add to the conversation, and I kind of agree with Ase on this one.
Hey, you see that, right? He's a stark Christian.
But and African too, right? But
No. See, all I'm selling. All right, okay. That's a straight stark believer. Go ahead, though, Easy Band.
I'm a Christian too, Easy Bands.
Oh yeah, salute, peace and blessings, bro. So yeah, so the reason why is because let me just put it like this, man. I think that in order for you, or at the point of consciousness where we're able to be conscious and ask questions like, who am I? What am I doing? At that same point, you're going to ask, where did I come from? Right? Mm-hmm. So for me, the spiritual beliefs or, spirituality precedes trying to find out, do science. Once you find out that, there's a higher meaning or a higher purpose, a design, some sort of design, something going on that, you can actually identify and you can work out. That's when you would actually start the pursuit of science. Because if you just thought
Hold on, say it again.
So once you realize that there's purpose, right? There's design. At that point, you can begin the pursuit of science. Oh. Without that realization, without that consciousness, there's no reason to even pursue science because everything is random, right? Nothing means nothing. There's no purpose. So why even use logic?
Because you need to get some water, some clean water, or the tribe will die. You need to have some hunting grounds where you can get food on a regular basis. You don't got to have none of the stuff you just said. You just got to be hungry and thirsty.
Yeah, but
humans have been hungry and thirsty since their inception on planet Earth. They never needed to believe nothing. Go get the food. Go get the water. Go get the clothes. Do something to protect you from the animals trying to eat you. You don't got to have the conception. You just made that up. That's not true. Stone Age, they had Stone Age proto-science, bro. I'm saying people have actually been trying to find ways for food, clothing, and shelter since the beginning, bro. Without belief, those that believed, right, wouldn't have got through the food. I believe that it's going to rain. They got them on the walls. They all died. They got the bones right there. They was believing it was going to be raining. The other people just left and went and found some water, yo. So I'm just saying, and that speaks to you, Ishia. I'm saying that early Stone Age culture was transmitting proto-scientific ideas, and I can prove and verify that through the scientific channels. I got it.
So you what?
No, let me say this.
Let me just respond right quick. So what you're doing on is you're talking about animal instincts, right? Oh, if you want water, go to the river. If you want a shelter, birds do that. Elephants do that. Zebras do that. Hyenas do that. Lions do that. They all look for shelter. They all look for food. They all look for water sources. In Africa,
That's
that's
true.
what they spend most of their time doing. Now, what I'm talking about is actual consciousness that separates us from the animals. Consciousness to ask, who am I? Where do I come
Let me
from?
respond to him.
To look at the
Don't
purpose.
mess it up.
You feel me? To look at the
Go ahead.
purpose of life. Once you can do that, that's why we do science and animals don't. You feel me? But go
Not
ahead,
true. The bees do science. You made that up. I beat
Bees
you up
do
on the
science?
top. Bees.
Yeah, yeah,
So
you
I'm
made
not-
it up. And
Gee,
humans are
they
humans
want
are
answers
humans are
because
animals.
Bees are
Humans
doing
are
what
animals, yo.
the bees are not doing what they're programmed to do. They're not like
Not true. They do science, bro.
they're not calculating stuff like us and saying, all
They
right,
actually are.
they adapt to their environment. They do stuff based on their environment.
No, they're not. They actually calculate where when they want to move the hive, they send different bees out and they figure out
Scout.
what site is the best. They come back and now they got to prove and verify that they got the best spot to move the whole hive. They actually do science, bro. I'm
every
telling
animal
you, bro.
does that. Every animal,
No,
that's instinct. That's what they're just
Easy
programmed.
Bands. You know what
But
I
what
did
the
to you?
brother
Well, let me-
Easy Bands is
I
saying
didn't
is that
cut
they
you off,
don't got
man.
that quote unquote free will to just, okay, a bee ain't finna be born and come out like, yeah, I ain't gonna be a bee. I'm gonna go ahead and live a butterfly life.
They
Like,
do what's
no,
best for their survival, y'all.
that's that
That's what everything
advancement of
is.
the frontal lobe that we have to a point that we can go against the quote unquote program. That's what Easy Bands is referring to.
No,
They're
we don't
doing
go against
what
the
a bee
program
is
either.
going
We
to
do
do
all the
regardless.
stuff we
I get
can to
what y'all
survive
saying.
too.
It's science being done. Absolutely. Is there math being done? Absolutely. We see it with the hexagonal shapes, all that. That's necessary to the hive. Yes, there is science being done, but the example of that frontal lobe development that gives us this uniqueness that we have,
Okay.
that separates us from the rest of them.
I like that. Now, look, check this out. That whole frontal lobe thing is what I was going to talk about with Easy Bands. So think about it, because he was, Easy Band was like, well,
You got to let Gully get in real quick. He working.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Gully. My bad.
Hurry up, Gully.
I was gonna say humans are not special from other animals. We just rare. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Because we're no different than our other primate cousins. Even primates, you know what I'm saying? We have big brains and complex brains because primates as a whole family of mammals have complex brains as a family. We just have the most complex out of that family. So we're not really special. We're just unique.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And look, I like that frontal lobe thing for the simple fact that think about this, Easy Band. That thing that Gullah just spoke about. Look, our brain is designed to body budget, right? So a lot of stuff that those ancient folks came up with to try to understand the world, they came up with that stuff in order to survive from a standpoint of calming down and having an explanation of what's around them. So they use their imagination to come up with Adam and Eve because they don't know where humans come from at the time. So just create a story. Y'all do know there's a lot of different creation stories.
Yeah, but
People want to know. Hold up, Easy. Hold up, Easy.
You can't talk over. You got to let them finish talking, yo.
Yeah, hold up, Easy. You talk about a flood. There's a lot of cultures that got a flood story. People trying to make sense of why the Gago volcano is erupting. So a lot of these stories we come up with it because it helps us to relate and survive as a group. We group together, as a society, and we need to be able to spread stories to keep people thinking a certain way. And so we come up with all these stories. Like we can't take that from these old cultures and then make it something that it's not. I think we do a disservice to them old cultures when we try to make it more than what they're doing. They just simply trying to make sense of the world around.
So I don't get what do you?
Easy
What's your
Band,
point?
you made a statement and you said that all animals, like I said, humans been looking for food and water. You said that's a what? An instinct. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. But the way
Can I
in
respond
which
to the first?
no, because I want to finish this point because you made that point and I want to address it to show you how you was wrong, Easy Bands.
So you about to
But the
deflect.
way they achieve the getting of the water is scientific. The very thirst for it is programmed, it's in it. But the way they achieve getting the food on the regular occurrence, as opposed to just guessing and praying for it, is scientific.
Always
The
my
way to
point.
get clean, I'm talking. You can't talk when I talk.
Yeah, man,
I'm
but
the
you cut me
greatest.
off.
I'm the greatest cutoff artist on here
But,
with the power of the button.
Y'all didn't even
It's
let
not
me
a but,
finish.
It's a let me finish, and I'll let you finish.
Like,
You
come
get
on,
it,
man.
Easy Band? It's not a come on. I'm addressing your wrong point. I'm saying in the Stone Age,
You wanted Mr.
hunter
Right.
gatherers
Okay,
practice.
you're right.
Okay, let me put you in the bottom. In the Stone Age humans practice proto-science. They transmitted it through oral traditions. Where do the herds go on regular occurrences? We have to be able to articulate this. We can't mess it up. When is the rains coming? We got to be able to figure this out on a regular basis. Simple as that. There is no can't figure it out. You're gonna die. So they figured out a way to be at the right place at the right time on regular occurrences. You had the shaman may pray, right? And it don't happen, and the whole tribe die out because we prayed for the rain. But you had people in the community that was very articulate and very observant of the natural world and recognized that when such occurred, this is going to happen. And they transmitted it. This is proto-science in the Stone Age, along with their beliefs. The point is, when they mixed the two, which they did in early history for a long time, for 350,000 years, it hampered the science. I'm going to say it again. When religion is mixed with science, it hampers the science because it brings in all your beliefs and all your biases. I can't make you understand that. You got to read yourself to understand that. Now, Easy Band left because he wanted to control the show, because he wanted to keep his hand raised and over talk. I was very quiet when he said what he wanted to say. I think it's important that we keep this going. I never interrupted anybody. What I did was keep the flow of the conversation going. There was a statement made about humans and animals and how humans do such and such. I said, that's not true. But I waited my turn to get back to that. Now, y'all stop hating in the chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, he got a little answer. Go ahead.
Yeah, Easy Band know he's welcome.
Now your opponent made some crazy statements last night too, man. I just wanted to come up. I couldn't wait for it. I knew you. Some told me you was gonna go live today. I'm like, man, you keep on checking YouTube. I'm gonna catch on. Man, the boy first came on that joint and he said this was the first statement, crazy statement. Sa wanted him to close out. He wanted to run so quick, so I couldn't even get to him.
Yeah, he's moving quick.
He sat there and he said, we know via Aswa Quasi that the original Adam and Eve story is in Egypt. But you got to think about who is Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve are supposed to be the first people. So you telling me that you just said it. You just stated that Genesis took place in North Africa on the live stream. We all just kicked it. I don't know why everybody let it just fly past him. He admitted to the out of Africa. Right there.
Right there.
And when what flew me a loop, I'm gonna say this because we kicking it. Now what really threw me a loop, boy, was this right here. Cause I stopped watching old brother Sanchez TV. Cause no, I'm for real, bro. I'm about to show you something crazy. It ain't gonna take nothing but 20 seconds. Because he was on there last night talking about, man, the ancient Egyptians are so intelligent. Our ancestors are so intelligent. How can we disrespect our ancient ancestors? And I'm, in the back of my head, I'm like, if this was anybody else, I would be, I say, man, give it up. Yeah, he's doing the due diligence. But I can't accept that from him because he made this statement. Now let me go ahead and flip my screen because this is still on his program. This was the last stream I've ever watched of him because he said this.
What did he say?
Foods and all that. But we latched on to the alcohol part. But anyway, to me, that whole libation ritual is stupidity, and it's actually disrespecting the dead. And I think the pharaohs were dummies for thinking that, for telling people, listen, when I die, bring me some apples and bring my favorite cake to my grave every day. That's a waste of food, you big dummy. And they trying to live forever. I don't like the Egyptian religion was so stupid to me. And I'm gonna show y'all why we
And that was the last, and you know, that was only 2 minutes and 12 seconds into the video. This was a 2 hour and 33 minute video. I said I would never listen to this brother again. For only them to come around yesterday and say the Egyptians, you know, how can we disrespect our ancestors? They were so intelligent. My last statement I heard from you, bro, you said that the Egyptian religion and the Egyptians themselves, the pharaohs, the head of them, are some of the dumbest people. Big dummies, he said. What you think about that?
You was watching them as of when?
Bro, this video was 3 months ago. I had to cut him off 3 months ago.
My question to you is, why did it take you so long? He must have been saying something. You think, man? No. But see, that's part of your development. Hold on. I want you to know. I listened to Malachi York for 5 years. I listened to that. That scramble, jamble, mumble, jumble, yo. It was high level scramble, jamble, pseudoism, Joe. I swear. Right? So don't feel bad. It help your growth, yo. And listen, once you unlock that room, right? That mean and turn that off, that means you grew. Yeah, he say contradictory statements all the time. They stupid. They don't libation. He don't even know what libation mean in the traditional African sense.
Can't.
Know. They've been pouring libation on the Nile for 300,000 years. He tripping.
He said bringing a cake to somebody's grave is a libation, brother.
Oh man, say anything. He don't look. He said anything. It's crazy.
He ain't say that, did he?
Hey,
we just all heard him, bro.
Yeah, he did. It's the craziest thing ever, yo. Craziest thing ever. Hey, and to Easy Bands, you're welcome. Come on, bro. You just gotta let me talk. I did not interrupt you while you was talking, bro. Go back and look at it. Come on, it ain't a fight between me and you. We on two different levels of understanding. You on a religious level. I'm strictly scientific, yo. I don't bash you for believing in Christ and none of that, bro. That's your thing. But I'm not gonna allow you to transmit scientific ideas wrongly, right? And I have patience to wait until you finish. All right. You the one like this hand up. Calm down, bro. You got the mic. Ain't nothing but love over here. Y'all got love in my heart for everybody to come on, yo. And I like the interaction with Easy Bands, right? I do. I enjoy the conversation, yo. That's just the truth, yo.
Yeah, it take a little bit of practice and discipline to get to the point where you can hear somebody saying something you disagree, and you just got to be quiet until they get done. Yeah. You know, and then jump in. He hasn't learned it yet. He was, as soon as he hears something he don't like, he jump in because he got a thought. Maybe he need a pad and a pencil in front of him where he can write it down so he don't forget his thought. I don't know. You know,
I actually waited till all y'all finished and got back to his point he made. He know he made that point. He know he made that point.
He said he running from his point.
Yeah, he's running from his point. I can jump in and stop everybody. That was the point. He said that and then he actually put us in close proximity with animals. Yeah, that's just like the animals. We all, yeah, man. Because I don't know why it's so hard to recognize that humans are animals.
Yeah, like, so that might be some of our biblical training. You said
they are not.
They are animals.
Okay, yeah, we are animals. I agree. Yeah. The Bible kind of teaches us that we have exceptionalism, based on the creation story, and so we
hold on. See, that's another point. Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, right? They make a complete separation between humans and animals. Yes, so whenever you make that statement, it's a religious statement. Now watch this. It's a colonial Islamic, Christianity, Middle Eastern statement. Because
you missing somebody.
Who I'm missing?
You missing Aristotle and the Greeks.
All right, but hold on. Well, let me get there.
Go ahead.
But traditional African system, right? They include humans with the animals. A lot of systems. You get my point?
Agreed.
Yeah, so okay, now Aristotle, they might have tried to separate, they might have said, I don't know. I've heard that. I kind of get what you're saying. I gotta go brush up on that again. I think they was trying to make that separation. They hadn't, but it's amazing how the early cultures didn't make that separation.
Right.
It's when we thought we was getting slick with the Greeks. Oh no, we're not. We thought bigger. Yeah, I get it. right? But those
But
early
we should expect them to do that, though.
Yeah, that's well within the expectation, right?
Yeah. They don't know. They don't know nothing about no. See right now. Hey, remember when you did the shows and we was talking about how our DNA is so closely related to other things on the earth, so we know we have a common ancestor. Like we can, like we don't have to guess about that. We got the tools to be able to show that we share DNA with the other stuff on this, other living things on this planet.
Yeah, your eyes is mine too. Your eyes is mine.
Yeah, but we shouldn't expect somebody in 500 BC to get that. That's the point that I was making earlier. Like we supposed to expect them to be highly spiritual. Fine.
Yeah.
They ain't got the tools. Matter of fact, we just started getting out of it. We just started getting out of it maybe 200 years ago.
Right. Hold on 1 second. Hey man, get the money. Look, it's in the link. Go get the tickets for the debate. Monkey or man? The humans come from Africa. The most craziest thing ever. He's going to try to prove that humans don't just come. They come from all over.
You better not show no mercy to him neither, man. You better beat them senseless.
That's a theosophical idea he's coming with in itself.
He's coming with a religious idea. Then we got Nepal, Naphtali. Are we apes? Are we animals and primates, man? Two sisters gonna get it in. Two beautiful sisters gonna get it in, man. I look forward to seeing that, man.
I want to see that. We go check that out.
Yep, the link is in the thing. All right. So
yeah, I hope Nepal get it in with that. You know what I'm saying? I wish you would have came. I wish you would have came. Well, she don't really know me, but I wish you would have came to me on that subject. That's my field house right there. You know what I'm saying? Taxonomy.
Now, when I said theosophical, I didn't say theological. Theosophical, you was hitting the theosophy all day when you kept on bringing up Madame Blavatsky. That's the theosophical school, the school of theosophy.
Yeah, now, that's what everybody. That's what the conscious community got it from.
But they got it secondhand. They got it secondhand. It got there through them secondhand. Through brothers like York, through brothers like even like
I saw society.
I saw said. I'll give it to it. Yeah. They're getting it secondhand, man. So they don't know that they're getting it. You know what I mean? Rashid, he running around with it, applying it to Kabbalah.
See, now you working. You cooking with hot grease. You cooking over there.
So when we get to talking about this, what he's dealing with is a pangenesis. Not a pangenesis, but a polygenesis. And this is Madame Blavatsky's theosophical idea of root race that Dr. York adopted. I didn't know that. See, I used to follow the Nuwapian movement for a long time myself too. And then I got to looking at, I got to not believe it and looking it up. And it didn't go like it. I guess maybe it was outdated or antiquated. But
it certainly was.
So what we find out was that root race theory that he's kicking, that York was kicking, you got the Asian man, he starts off over here, and then they start off over here, and they all come from, and they meet up at a certain. That's root race doctrine that Madame P. Blavatsky created, and that's what Brother Sanchez is bringing to the table.
Yeah, you're gonna get beat up. Go ahead, Easy Bands. Talk to us.
Oh yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah.
Go so let me get it while I can.
Yeah, so I just want to get to the point of what I was actually saying.
All right, go ahead, bro.
I think, helped out, basically with some of the language of what I was trying to say. It's basically we're a lot different from animals. And the reason why we are able to do science on the large scale that we do is from, I think, that consciousness that I say brought up. What's your point? What's your rebuttal to that? Ankh.
Because they've now found out that other animals do have consciousness, like chimpanzees, monkeys. Different animals have consciousness.
But I mean, not on our level. Like they don't.
Orca have a more advanced frontal lobe than us.
All right, so let me just read a few things, right, when it comes to humans versus animals, if you guys don't mind. So biologically,
what kind of source you got?
I just ChatGPT'd it.
What did it say? What was the conclusion though? Read the conclusion to us. What did it say?
No, it's ChatGPT. I just asked for a list of differences between humans and animals.
I know, but it's going to give a conclusion, though. What is saying in conclusion? What did it say?
All right. So,
real quick.
Bottom line, according to science, humans are animals biologically. Humans are uniquely distinct cognitively, morally, culturally, and symbolically. No other species approaches the same category. Whether they make humans special in an ultimate sense depends on philosophy or theology, not lab data. And then
there you go. There you go.
There we go.
You just proved it. Now, if you want to read it, I'm just saying in the chat, that's why you got to read the conclusion. Yo, I like to read the conclusion first, then read all of it.
So, all right. So, if we're talking about philosophy,
what you doing in religion?
So philosophy or religion. It says philosophy or religion. So if we're talking about philosophy, that involves logic, right, and reason.
Yeah, that's part. So,
but
it's the precursor to science.
But so you just can't dismiss that, right?
No, we're not.
Because even science depends on philosophy to some extent, right?
No, science is that lab. You see what it said about the lab? We went to the lab and they the same thing in animals.
Yeah, I understand that, but it depends on philosophy to describe what it's talking about, right?
Yeah, that's philosophy or religion. Go ahead. But I'm saying you know that science comes out of philosophy. That's why Shay talked about the Greeks and thinking they was animals. That was an important point in the conversation because he's showing you the break from indigenous culture. They had a relationship with the animals, and then all of a sudden, when we trying to get to the point where we feel ourselves to be intelligent and trying to explain the shit outside of the gods, right? Then we kind of get away from it. And then guess what, Ashay? You know what's deep? Now we got back to realizing that we animals. Ain't that amazing how that works? But go ahead, Easy Man. I want you to finish your point. Go ahead, bro.
That's the evolution now.
That's the evolution.
So you can't just dismiss the philosophy part as if it's part of theology, etc., right? So at least we can agree there. So in terms of philosophy,
I'm not. I don't dismiss anything, but it's not an accurate representation of. The accuracy is in the science and the data. The philosophy and the religion is personal and it's geographical. But go ahead.
Okay, so to you, like philosophy doesn't matter, reason and logic.
Yeah, it always
it does matter. It does matter. You just can't go too far with it. That's the thing, Easy.
You gotta know
just can't go too far.
How far am I going?
It's not the end all be all. You can't just deal with just philosophy and say you gotta understand, and is what the brothers are saying.
That's not what I'm doing.
He asked a good question though. He says, when do you stop? You stop when you go. You just like you just read that conclusion. You stop when you hit the lab. We hit the lab and you're looking at DNA. You say you get an epiphany. You say, "Oh snap! We all closely related. God dang it, we evolved from the same." That's when you let the philosophy go and you embrace what you can see. You send it somewhere else. They come, they do the test. They say, "God dang, we see the same thing." Boom.
Take it back to 4th grade. Utilize that Venn diagram, man. Compare and contrast, man. It's kind of simple. It's very simple.
So, all right. So basically what I'm saying is that according to philosophy, we're special, right?
I don't know.
According to science and philosophy.
Yeah.
That's what we compare. We are very important in both fields.
Yep.
So would you say we're special according to science?
Of course.
He don't mean it like you mean it, though.
Oh man, what you think he mean, there, man?
How do I mean it? That's the problem, because
you're trying to say we are exceptional. We are, and you're trying to say we're different. We're special in the sense that we are different. We are not cut from the same cloth as other living things. That's what you say.
Yeah.
So you don't think we're exceptional?
Yeah, but and can I say something real quick? And those other things are special in their own way too, because they play their own role in their niches. So they are special. We are special.
Yeah.
It's all due to the lobe. It's all due to our brain power. It's this brain power that we got. That's it. It's simple. So in the environment, in the geography, just like Ankh said, it's the fact that we own land as well. And then we utilizing that frontal lobe development, bro. That's it. That's all, bro. We just the most advanced. We the most advanced joint on land.
Period. The most advanced primate. So we just a primate that ended up with a better brain.
So, but watch this. So how do we measure that? So you got roaches that's been around for millions and millions of years, yo. They've been surviving. Humans is almost extinct. We the last line. So it's what's your measurement stick? Is your measurement stick that you stay on Earth longer? Right? That's the point. What is
my
your
measurement stick? Is my domination on the earth since my inception on it. Not since my inception on it, my advancement to the domination and the fact that I've not been knocked off that throne since I've got it, since I've earned it. We didn't come on to the scene being the toughest and the roughest. We was having a problem. But when we began to advance and things of that nature, once we got that throne, ain't nothing took us off of it ever since then. That's what I'm measuring.
That's being human centric though, because a chimpanzee can rip the arms off. Like we got the brains.
The chimpanzee in my zoo. I'm not in a chimpanzee zoo.
Oh shit.
So let me just say,
no, we just stay on the planet. Y'all know that, right? Go ahead, go.
Yeah. So let me just read.
I was gonna ask, have you ever seen Chimp Empire? That'll do you very justice to understand. You know what I'm saying? Chimpanzees, just looking at them in the zoo.
Chimpanzees are extremely intelligent, but we make them pets. Have you ever seen Bubbles? Now, I've never seen a human chimpanzee.
But hold on.
This ain't Planet of the Apes.
Hold on. Stop cutting me off. This is Planet of the Apes because humans are apes. But anyway, Bubbles turned on people. You know, so that's why it's not wise to even keep a chimp as a pet. Because it's intelligent animal. It will realize that this shit ain't right. Why why I'm doing this? Chimps have self-awareness. You ever heard of the mirror test?
If we put Bubbles in the middle of New York and left Bubbles there for a week, do you think we'd see Bubbles in the next week?
Yeah.
Of course.
No, we wouldn't. Bubbles has to be gone.
Why have to be New York? What have to be New York? Yeah.
Because I'm putting them in the same environment as us.
Yes, and Bubbles will attack human beings too if he get agitated.
And Bubbles will be put down in less than a day or two.
Exactly, because of the extra technology. But if you go toe to toe with a damn chimp, you're gonna lose, bro.
So, bro, you see, this is my hold on, wait, just let me say this real quick. This is the problem. We don't listen to brothers' entire soliloquies when they break it down. I said, through our advancement. I even hinted that in the beginning, primal state, very big problem, us versus animals. Like you said, that technology, you admitted it, that technology, that advancement. Once we got on the throne of, we are now the rulers of the planet. We have been there.
Though? What's wrong though, bro? You can have a nuclear explosion in rats and roaches.
A nuclear explosion due to whom? Humans?
Exactly.
Because there ain't no apes making no nuclear explosive devices.
You missing the point. You missing the point, bro. You missing the point. You missing the whole point, bro. Yes, you are.
What the hell? Hold on, wait. We're talking about superiority on the planets. The brother Ankh said, how are you measuring such? You telling me that there's a group of apes out here more advanced than humans?
You're talking about a different type of advancement, bro. Yeah, it depends on what type of advancement you're talking about.
The brother asks, how are we measuring this superiority?
So let me say this real quick. If your advancements cause global warming, which affects the whole human population and puts them in a downward spiral, is it really an advancement? So we got to be careful on what we say advanced is. For me, an advancement would actually aid and help human society. Anything else is counter to that. Because at the end of the day, it's the primary thing here that we must not forget. Because when Charles Darwin didn't actually say survival of the fittest, right? His theory was talking about the survival of the most fit genes. So that's really what's going on. Is who has the most fit genes? What species on Earth have the ability to pass on their genes, right? So far, humans have been passing on their genes at a rapid rate to the tune of 8.5 billion. They got to recalculate that. It might be not. They missed a whole billion people, right? So we appropriate. We have more people and more humans than any other species right now, like the way we do it, right? But are we counterproductive to survival on Earth is the real question. That's real dominance, where you can just always be here all the time.
Can
That's
I ask you a
dominance.
question?
Yeah.
And just be straight up with me. How has global warming affect your life?
Man, jobs is not me, because I got a job where you shit gonna always get dirty.
Right.
My business, right. Ain't no robot gonna do what I do. Man, my company, deal with stuff that don't nobody want to do anyway. So it's like recession proof, right? But I'm saying global warming is starting to affect things. It's hotter in some places. People are dying, right? We having snowstorms in Georgia, which we didn't have. So right now, it maybe not. But I'm saying it's a process that's going down. It's affecting the generations.
And humans have been farming since Paleolithic times.
Yeah, over farming, messing up.
Right. And we know that farming plays a large part. Farm guys.
That too. Yeah.
So that was going to happen regardless.
Fossil fuels. But I'm saying we're getting better at learning that the way the ancients did it, they was more in line at times with the natural environment. Things were more recyclable. So that's why we try to do things that are recyclable, like clean energy. Like the sun actually produces clean energy. It's called nuclear fusion, not nuclear fission. Humans create nuclear fission. Fission splits the atoms and leaves a byproduct, radioactive material. Your plants, the nuclear reactors is dirty energy, right? But the sun is fusion. It fuses the atoms together and does not leave a byproduct. We're trying to get that going. Nuclear synthesis, right? We're trying to get things that are better for our environment, electric cars, stuff like that. So we'll work it out, but then it's money, then it's capitalism, and it's the things that the way we eat, the way we process meat and all that work against us, bro. So I'm not sure if we the most superior or like the most invasive species. I would say humans are the most invasive species. We're in every ecological list.
So let me give you guys some sciences. All right. So many scientists describe humans as a singularity, a cognitive leap, a phase change, not a smooth gradient. And it says even outspoken atheists like Dawkins admit, open quotes, human intelligence is qualitatively different from basically animals. So according to scientists,
I disagree with that.
But what animals though? We got to get way more specific.
So no. What on what point?
On what animals we talking about? Because of course, like I'm more intelligent than the hamster in my cage.
No, it's talking about, bro, from all animals, any other creature on earth. It's saying humankind or human beings are a singularity. 1, 2, a cognitive leap. 3, a phase change and not a smooth gradient. So like it's not even like a smooth gradient where you can like find other creatures that are close to our level. That's basically what it's saying. And
you should ask it this question, if you don't mind. Ask it our frontal lobe development versus that of the orca.
Okay, but so from what I read, what did you get from that? While I type this, all right?
I just disagree based off of the orca and other what we consider delphinic type species that are in the water. That's why I said we the most popular thing on the land, because I think it'd be a different equation if we was actually up in that water and we had to live in that water on a day-to-day.
So you disagree with
y'all know it's hard for us not to feel like we the baddest things to say.
Bro, I'm just really
every human centric.
I'm basically responding with what the scientists say, right? And it's talking about many, even atheists like Dawkins. I just quoted it.
Yeah, but that's not answering our question. That's not. He's not saying. First of all, he's not saying we're not animals. He's an evolutionary biologist.
I didn't say that we're not animals.
Oh, so you agree we're animals?
I agree. Yeah, we are animals, but we're more than that as well. Like we have something that makes us special. We're creatures.
Our brain is say we say it. We say
what?
It. We say it.
We're creatures of the earth, just like everything else. Like the Bible doesn't say, "Oh, you guys are not animals and these guys are animals" or whatever. It shows you how everything was created from the earth, right?
No, the animals was made first, then the humans came.
What's
special.
that?
They make the animal. The humans is made in the image of God, not the animals.
Yep. So that's different. The image of God part is what we're basically talking about with like the consciousness that we have, the intelligence that we have, etc. That's the image part. Now, in terms of what we're created from, we're all created from the same substance, the dirt of the soil. I mean, the dirt of the earth, basically. Animals are created from the earth. We're created from the earth. And, that's why I believe in a common designer rather than common ancestor.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
right, but we don't have to believe that anymore. I understand why the people of old believe that easy bands, but you don't have to believe that no more. You can just read the you can just read the proper material and know where we come from. You know what I'm
Why
saying?
don't I have to believe that? Why?
Because it's not a belief. It's not part of a belief system. It's part of an understanding human biology and our interconnectedness with everything on the planet. So science has gotten to the point, humans have gotten to the point where they have connected all of biology, right, with a theory. And they recognize that our biology is chemically connected to the cosmos. So for me, I'm never alone. Suns produce elements, all right? Atoms, right? The fusion of atoms produce all the elements on the element chart. Different suns produce different things, different types of atoms, right? I mean, in elements, right? And my point being that for me, in my world, that's a great understanding that I'm connected to everything. The atoms that flow in my body flow in your body. There's no separation there, right? And it's the oneness of the system. It's not the one God. It's the oneness of the system. And by the way, the system is always putting pressure on you to kill you, to get rid of you. Why? Because life on earth is fueled by death. There is no life without something dying and decaying. All living organisms eat off of things that are dead and decaying, right? That's important to life. So death is vital. So it's a cycle being based off of things dying and decaying, right? That produces this system. So when all available material is gone, then I guess the universe will be gone, I guess. That's a guess. It's just a guess, not a scientific answer. It's just my guess. But I get you. I always feel like I'm better than the roach. I definitely think I'm slicker than the chimpanzee. I think I'm sharper. All these. So I'm not saying that. I'm saying is we got to get away from the idea that you can be religious, easy band, but still understand the biological why humans on Earth and why life is so diversified. Yo, that's not beating you up on your Bible, bro. Don't get that.
Let me say this, right? Because a lot of Christians actually believe in macroevolution. So, for instance, the Catholic Church, they believe in macroevolution, right? So it's not necessarily it doesn't necessarily mean that if you believe in evolution, then it's taking you away from your religion.
Right. Really, they're smart.
Yeah. So really, I could be Christian and believe in evolution.
Yeah.
I don't think that macroevolution
like me.
Common ancestor, right? I don't believe in that.
Why not? I mean, DNA tells you that it's the 3 domains of life, yo. Archaea, bacteria, and eukaryotic, yo.
I could give you a quick analogy. Just because a Toyota looks like a Charger, you feel me? Or a GMC or a Yukon or whatever. Just because you can see both of them have wheels, both of them have an engine, you wouldn't sit down and say, all right, one descends from the other, or they both descend from each other, or whatever. It's just a common designer using a common design plan, basically.
Right.
That's how I look at the whole family tree, etc.
Now I want to ask you something.
Hold on, real quick. Let me go to the Cash Apps, man. I appreciate the support. We got Christopher, man. Appreciate you, bro. We got Joe. Appreciate you, Joe. Joe always banging. We got John. All right, so we need 2 more, yo, and we did our thing today. We'll drop the link. Man, we at 200,000 in the building, man. This is a great conversation, man, between the pseudo killers and hold on.
Bomb squad in the building.
Bomb squad, hold on, and the bomb squad, man. And we got a Christian, no Christian on the pseudo killers. He a Christian, and he's not Christian. I say he's a cultural Christian. And then we got you know, the African Christian, man. And this is a great damn conversation right here. I thought we'd be killing each other right about now. Right? We've come to an intelligent conversation. That way y'all can see who making sense, who not, where ideas merge, how they learning from each other. This all I ever asked for. And see, I asked this out of the elders too. See, a real elder, right, supposed to be critiqued in front of the people. Y'all didn't know that. I did the presentation yesterday. A real African-centered elder, right, you take critique from the community. You get to test your ideas out. So we can say, I don't know, right? I don't know. That way we not continuing to push the poison. What's the poison? The poison to the mandate. What's the mandate? The mandate was that if we tell our history to our people, it would help them. It would help them see the past. And if you understand the past, you'll understand the present. And if you understand the present, you'll understand the future, right? That was the mandate. The mandate wasn't follow Madame Blavatsky, theocratical society, follow pseudoisms, misinformation. That wasn't the mandate. I'm telling you, it was a fall off. Hubert Harrison, right, in the 1900s, he's in Harlem. He outside. He's the first person standing on the soapbox. That slogan come from him. He's fluent in Greek. He's fluent in Hebrew. He's an atheist. He's scientifically literate, and he's beating the brakes off everybody. He had thousands of people outside of Harlem watching him. Okay, I'll pull a source tomorrow, right? You get the Harlem History Club. You get John Henry Clark, right? You get John Jackson. These atheists. You get Dr. Ben, the atheist, right? You got people that we call them shadows. They was always around trying to learn, but they was really more connected to what they considered the spirituality. But the spirituality was talking about was the New Age movement. And so when the elders died, then they got a chance to push through. And they pushed through the shrines, right? They pushed through the spirituality, all that. They wasn't giving you indigenous stuff. So that's what we're at now. The people that teach the history now are spiritualists. But the original foundation of really getting the history was those who had the ability to compartmentalize. The religion over here, you get the science right here, and let's tell the story. So that's where we at right now, man. Man, hit that damn cash app going out the door. I'm gonna let everybody get their closing statements and I'm out of here. I'll be back on the Community Skeptics. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to this channel, right? I appreciate 200 people in the building. It's a nice crowd. I appreciate all the responses, and this shit is powerful. So I'm gonna let you go, Easy Band. We're gonna let the Christians go first, in case we gotta clean it up. Go ahead.
All right. So you guys know my point. I basically believe that human beings are, we're special. We're, creatures of the earth, just like all the other animals. That's what I believe.
Okay.
You don't have to, as a Christian, you don't have to basically dismiss macroevolution just because of your faith. I think that it can align with your faith as well. And we have evidence of that. We have the Catholic Church and other Christians that believe in macroevolution. Yeah. And I think that the difference that we have with animals basically allows us to be spiritual. All right. So as soon as we could look around and, see that we have a designer and ask who designed us, where did we come from, what are we, etc., the kind of thoughts that other animals most likely don't have, at least we don't have evidence of it. At that point, it allows us to perform science willingly. You feel me? Where it's not like a necessity that you're doing. You could even do it in your pastime, etc. And so that's where I think our ability to do the science that we do, where we could put satellites in the air and basically be on YouTube watching each other from distant locations and other types of science. I think we're only able to do that because of what makes us different and the belief in the creator and order. But
all
yeah,
right.
land my plane right there.
All right. Ashe?
Yeah, definitely a great presentation, man. Great build all together. We did want to bring out, I was trying to get in contact with Sa, so be tapping in with me soon. Should be this week or early next week. I'm gonna definitely be bringing out this presentation regarding the Hermetic theory, the curse of Ham, and even the examples of the Hermetic theory, how it was heavily used in the Rwandan genocide. I even got a couple. I seen you even had to Josiah preach doctrine up, not Josiah Priest doctrine up in there, dealing with the 5 race theory. I got some of that up in there.
Yeah. Okay.
I even took a little bit before him, going back to Carl Linnaeus, 1735, dealing with even the creation of race itself. So man, it's gonna be a great build. It's gonna be a great build. Show them where the thought of even everything we touched on, separating humans from animals, animals from plants and things of that nature. It's saying basically the Greeks had this thought that animals didn't have spirits. It was a lot. So we're going to go into that. We're going root race theory, racial climate theory, black supremacist, white supremacist theory, and the Hamitic thought of the Hamites being an advanced Caucasian race that taught the more primal Africans. Tap in with that this week.
All right. Okay, brother. Appreciate you, RJ. Joe, Pseudo Killer, official.
Hey, man, good build today. Don't forget, don't never stop teaching. I think that, I do think that religion is going to be here with us for a very long time. I think that there are some good things that come out of it. You know, like, I mean, just because of the way we socialize as primates, we kind of evolved to depend on our group think. You know, and so we got it there. I encourage everybody who is involved in religion to make sure you embrace science, even though it may feel off to you, it may feel a little scary. You got to read it. You got to understand it. It's going to protect you from the caustic areas of religion, that can exploit you, and make you end up in the cult. The only way you're going to block that stuff is you got to understand the world around you. I think it's very important. If you don't do that, you can become a victim, right? And I think it's important that we learn our history so that we can finally get over these identity crises that we deal with. All right, and don't forget, Alice, man, Alice made that forced air, daggone HVAC system that you got in your house and keep you warm. Shout out to Black History. All right,
Shout out to Black History, man. Gullah.
All right, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Keep it science, man. Keep it scientific always, yo. You know what I'm saying? I always try to, you know what I'm saying, keep the knowledge on the horizon, yo. And Joe, my book just came today, so I'm gonna get it in.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know where that's at, man. Y'all can catch Gullah over there, on the platform, man. Community Skeptics, man. Y'all know what it is, man. I got a map right here that explains why I would even do such a lecture today. I want y'all to know that this is actually what Europeans thought the world was. Wild. You got the map. Look at the map right there. That's supposed to be in the world. On top, the Atlantic Ocean, Arctic Ocean. They named themselves the Great Northern Flatlands. It's called the Nordic type, the Great White Race. So they had a Nordic type of the Great White Race. Then you had the Highland Zone. It's called the Alpine type, the Great White Race, right? Then you had the Mediterranean type, right? Mediterranean, all right? Then you had the Mediterranean type of the Great White Race, right? Long-headed, dark-eyed, dark-haired type. And guess what? That's all of Egypt, all of North Africa, y'all. I'm going to say it again. They had the Mediterranean type, which was also white, okay, Caucasian. That was the Mediterranean, which included all of North Africa, Egypt and all that. Look at how they did it. And then you got the Mongols, the yellow race, on the right-hand side, right? And then at the bottom, in sub-Saharan Africa, you got the black race at the very bottom of the totem pole. This is why Shekinah Diop's came and did what he did, because the whole thing was super wild. Learn your history and understand it. Understanding history will put you where you need to be at. Understanding Accurate history will move you forward. Making up history will make you feel good, but accurate history will help you move forward. At least you can have an intelligent and fluent conversation and coherent conversation with anybody. Promoting pseudoisms is wild and out of order. Allowing people older than you to completely dismantle authentic African history is crazy. I'm never sitting there and letting the person younger than me, older than me, or my same age willfully mess up something that I understand.
Right.
Have intelligent conversations with your children. Allow them to express themselves. If they say something, make them look it up. Man, y'all know what it is. Y'all know how we doing it around here. We doing it like we supposed to do it. We not playing, and we in the damn game. Show some love, man. Y'all see it right there. Man, y'all know this is the toughest environment, man. Show the love, man. Show the support for the class, man. Class go fast around here, man. We right where we supposed to be. Authentic, man. The environment is serious. Yeah, we earned it today. Show the love. And the title is earned from the bridges we crossed and the lessons we learned in a cool-blooded kingdom, a concrete cage. Muslim, Christian, Israelites step on the stage. I dare you, I dare you, I dare you, I dare you. In a cool-blooded kingdom, sa.neter created. H-O-K, where you can't fake it. The H-O-K is where you fight back. No room for error, no window attack. It's a master class, how you handle the heat. Where the pedigree is written on the concrete streets. Toughest environment, yeah, we know the score. Locked in on debate and asking for more. The H-O-K is the toughest environment. Enter at your own risk, it's the toughest environment. The H-O-K is the toughest environment. Stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah. Black African Power. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, aka God Killer. See y'all tomorrow, man. sa.neter TV. See y'all tonight on Community Skeptics. Y'all know what it is, man. Like and subscribe to all the family channels, man. Make sure y'all support the debates, man. They coming. It's an integral part of how we produce sound scholarship. You either going to produce sound scholarship or sound foolishship. Sanchez is going to present y'all with the blah, 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 foolishship. I'm coming with the scientific data. Napah and Naphtali. Napah is going to present sound scholarship, and Naphtali is going to present blah, 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 blah. I always pick science, man. Remember, man, never sit around and listen to misinformation. Wear the banner of pseudo-killing. It stops the misinformation. Science is a vaccine and protection against the charlatans that come amongst you. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, and with that, we out.